Should you buy, sell, or hold the stock Occidental Petroleum? That's exactly what we're talking about. I will give you a specific recommendation for the stock with a deep dive analysis. So let's start. Should you buy, sell, or hold the stock Occidental Petroleum? As you know, here Occidental went up the last few weeks. Also, when the oil price went up, as you can see here, and as you can see here, we have probably a similarity between the oil price and Occidental because Occidental Petroleum actually produces oil, natural gas, liquid oil, and so on, as you can see here. We went up over the last few months due to the jump, and also on Friday, we hit on WTI Crude Oil 9% on the price. That's why, because of the Qatars, they said that crude oil could go up to $150 per barrel. And what that would mean for Occidental were massive earnings because their oil is more valuable. But are they actually good? And what is the latest news? Said that the Straits of Hormuz, after disclosure of field supply concerns and also due to the situation, have more prices, and that means that the Occidental Petroleum stock will have better earnings. That's why they went up. A strategy department also has serious need for the situation, and the US has still some reserves, some strategic oil reserve, but not that much because in the Biden administration they put a lot less. So yeah, as you can see here, when we take a look at the fundamentals, which you shouldn't really take a look because it's more about the oil price than about the expectations. And as you can see here, this is not accurate, the data. You shouldn't check that because this was also for 2 weeks, last 2 weeks ago. And as you know, 2 weeks ago, we were with the oil price on $60. And so it's just ridiculous, right? I mean, you shouldn't buy on that. You should just look at the oil price simply. What Occidental Petroleum does help is our high oil prices for a long time, as you can see here from 2022. During this Ukrainian war, we had oil prices from $70 on average, and also Occidental had done pretty well on that time. No, not 70. We had here 80. I think it was $90, and Occidental did pretty well over that time. Has high surged, and we will probably see something similar. As you can see here, we have saw also in the last year also $90 per barrel, and but this will only help Occidental Petroleum if this is long term. So it's actually a long-term game with Occidental Petroleum. The higher the price of the oil, the better they will perform. And yeah, I mean, they have a lot of debt, as you can see here. They have a lot of double debt, almost half of their valuation. This is pretty massive. But through the deal of Berkshire Hathaway, they managed to go down with the debt. So we have really good signs for that. They had impressive earnings for the fourth quarter. I don't know what is this. Okay, I can't open it, but they had exceptionally good quarter earnings, almost doubled their quarter earnings, as you can see here. That's why we also surged on January and December massively. When you take here a look, estimated beat almost half on 50%. They beat the earnings last time, so 31 cents, and expected were 19 cents, and they actually beat them on 13 cent, which is really crazy. And yeah, really they had very more than expectations, and they could manage the lower oil prices, and that's actually good. And we will see how the high oil price will do for the next earnings. So Occidental also had this debt, and when they managed to go down with the debt, and have more value, right? They buy back more their stocks, they have a 2% dividend rate, then we will have massive rally. So we have a really good future for Occidental Petroleum if they manage to monetize this higher oil price, which they probably will, and manage to go down with the debt. Then can also go higher for dividend, and the stock will automatically be higher valued. So it's definitely a buy right now, because I think the oil prices still aren't hit. And even if they remains like $90 per barrel if the war continues, which is really probably, they will profit from that. So yeah, that's just my recommendation. We have on the chart this also good sign. No, this is not what I want. This is here. We have here this gap, and we could go up when the oil price also goes up over $100. We have something similar here in Occidental Petroleum. We could go up to, we could go actually up to, as you can see here, now we are on $56. We could go up to $70 from $62 and so on. So yeah, hope you have a nice day. My camera is a bit dark, and see you guys in the next video.